I woke up with a terrible vulnerability hangover today, and I've written down some things that I want to say because I'm so afraid that I'll forget something that I want to say. So I'm going to be pretty deliberate this time. Lately I've been posting these survival tips and helpful hints to make life easier. And I realized yesterday, after posting about the ease of decision making, that some of what I said was bullshit. I said my kids were 8 or 9 when they started recognizing right and wrong things. I think it was much earlier, like probably age 5 or 6. Kids that we all start recognizing our moral rights and wrongs and start developing our social conditioning, probably even much earlier, about what is and is not okay for society and following the guidelines and rules of those in our culture. And, the other thing, my example of decisions not being permanent, like the ice cream, that was ridiculous because, if you choose vanilla and you realize you've made a mistake, you regret it and it hurts and you have disappointment. And what you do is you learn that next time you will choose chocolate, and you can just reroute and pick a new destination and try it a different way next time. That's what I was trying to say, not that decisions are not permanent. So, what do I do now with all of this on social media? Do I take the post down? Do I leave it up? What's the right thing to do? Another trouble making decisions right there. So the fact is, I am not an expert on making decisions. I am not an expert on parenting. I am not an expert on many things. And I am certainly not an expert on you. All of this posting on social media with inspirational quotes and videos and personal stories and tips and strategies, these are all just bids for connection with you. I confess, I am not an expert on you. You are an expert on you. I don't know what's best for you, your kids, your work, your relationships. You do. All the stuff I put on social media is a vulnerable attempt to connect with you and to get to know you and to reach you, to incite dialogue, to make you think, to entertain you, and to keep you company, especially during this time. It's uncomfortable and it's an artificial way to establish rapport. It's certainly not the way I would choose to do it if I had the option of meeting you face to face and having a meaningful conversation. I am, again, no expert on you or on many things, but I will tell you what I am an expert in. I'm an expert in human suffering, in resiliency, and in vulnerability. I've dedicated my life to human suffering and understanding it and alleviating it, ameliorating it, accompanying others with it. As a doctor, I have seen so much suffering, unconscionable suffering, and experienced it myself in my training and in my work environments. And as a human, I have experienced lots of suffering as a child of divorce, as a perfectionist, with my own prolonged battles with anxiety and clinical depression, love, loss, grief. I have dedicated my life to studying human suffering and the knowledge of the body, mind, disease, psychology, emotional intelligence. I am an expert empath. I can't help it. I can't help but feel with others. It's in my DNA. Whether you're across from me or on the other side of the planet, I feel with you and I feel your pain. I am dedicated and committed to ameliorating and alleviating suffering in others and people like you, not fixing it, not curing it, but just accompanying you on and sitting with you in your pain. I don't care if your pain is big or small pain. Pain is pain. We don't compare it. We don't judge it. We just feel it and we try to heal from it. I am an expert on resilience and on bouncing back after hardships. I am an expert on vulnerability. Look at me now. I'm sitting here talking to you vulnerably in front of my own phone. I am not just an expert in the academic sense on vulnerability. From what I've learned through the Brene Brown training program to work with resiliency, empathy, and vulnerability, but it's based on the way I've lived my life. When I speak of boldness, bravery, authenticity, courage, showing emotions, taking risks, I've learned this through practice and through what it's brought to me, because these skills have taught me how to reduce suffering in my own life. And I've seen it heal in myself and heal others, not by putting a Band-Aid on pain, but by getting to the root of it and understanding it through radical honesty. Again, I am no expert on you. I am just terribly curious, and I care about you. I want to walk beside you on your journey and hopefully lessen your suffering. That's all. I want to know what makes you tick, how to get more of that in your life. I want to know what makes you hurt and how to lessen that. So let me know. That's all for today. True confessions from a vulnerability hangover.